we had to fight against the passes because we had no guns in our hands. We had only to demonstrate and rather go to jail and be locked up and come back again and do again the same thing so that they know we don't like it. Whether they arrest us, whether they shoot us, but we doesn't like it. And still we don't like it even now. And even now it is worse because we are so used to jail, we don't care. As long as we go to jail, not for stealing, but for passes, we think we've got our own.
If the government had met with no resistance in 1956, they would have said right by the beginning of 1957 it would be an offence for black women not to be in a possession of a pass. But it took them something like 5 years. And this is where I see the success of the anti-pass campaign. Although we didn't manage, we couldn't. Against that enormous machinery, we couldn't hope to achieve an overall victory. But I think the fact that we staved it off for 5 years is terribly important. And in so doing, also masses of women became politicized and became aware of their own strength, which is terribly important.
I was one who was arrested for having no pass. And after I was arrested, then I went to the magistrate, and the magistrate, I got the qualification that I can stay in Cape Town. But after that, plenty of women were called. And these women, when they were called, they were told that they must come to get the passes that they can stay in Cape Town. The women were very glad that they will get papers to stay in Cape Town. But when the women came to get these papers, each woman get 1 month to leave Cape Town and go to country. And another woman, 6 months to go away, leave Cape Town. And another woman, 12 months to go away.
There certainly was a definite effort on the part of the government to fool the women, especially in the country areas. I think it was really that these were not passes. These were not passes, and these things were necessary. And you see, they did start. You must realize that the government was very clever about it. I think it was a deliberately, diabolically planned campaign because they started in the country where you couldn't really, you couldn't get to them, and women weren't prepared for it.
And then after that, the women make the meetings and wanted to know where they must go to because they were not told they can't go anywhere. Difficult that they can go to country. Now they will, and after that, we made the meetings, and I led the deputation to the Langa administration. When we came there, we asked Mr. Rogers, superintendent, we asked him why. He said it's because the government is assaulting the people who must stay here in Cape Town.
The husbands went out to work. Maybe they didn't come home that night. And then followed the fruitless search to find the husband, trying to find the husband in the police stations. And they now realized it was going to be very much worse if it was extended to themselves, because it would be the mother who would be taken away from the child. What they saw was in fact what did happen later. And that was, that a mother would go out very innocently and leave her baby at home, either be caught without a pass, or perhaps not have taken the pass yet, and then be arrested. And the child would be left at home without, it could even be a child the mother was nursing. This is the term in which they saw it, that it was a direct attack on their home life and their family life. And to my way of thinking, this is what sparked it off in such a dynamic way, because they knew the danger of passes, as only the black women can know it. The white women didn't know it, the coloured women didn't know it, the Indian women didn't know it.